Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Tuesday morning Bitcoin Basics live stream. A little bit of delay from my normal start time and a little bit of technical difficulties that prevented me from starting at 11:30 as I had planned. Um, Also, I'm still having technical difficulties with my phone screen share, which I really wanted to share my phone screen with you guys this morning, but it's not cooperating with me. I guess I'm just going to have to accept it and move on with my life. All right. So I don't see anybody in the stream yet. On the Bitcoin Basics Hour, normally I talk about Bitcoin and what it is. Basically, an explanation, and I take questions from people that have questions, and I try to move some Bitcoin around. So let's go over here and say hello. All right, so here I am, uh, screen share, and I'm thinking maybe, yeah, my phone is just not cooperating with me. So what I'll do is I'll move some Bitcoin out of my Binance US account into my Ledger Live uh, wallet interface. All right, let's get here. Yeah, this thing is giving me all kinds of trouble. Ever since I upgraded to the latest version of Windows, I've been having all kinds of issues. That's how it goes, right? All right, let's pop out chat and say hello to whoever is here. A few people joining me. Dalton Cole Decker is here. Eddie Jones is here. Imre Koska. Hello, good to have you guys. John Witt is here, representing Fowlerville, Michigan. As you might know, I'm in Grand Rapids, so let's. I don't want to call you out or anything, but I'm not familiar with that. There we go. Of course, it comes up on my screen pretty easy. Okay, so you're just east of Lansing, I see. All right, that's cool. I'm over here, as you can see. I'm in Grand Rapids. That's me. So they can launch the drone strike now. I've been located. All right. Let's see. We'll go over here. Um, Attach XRP to our oil and gas reserves, then give all American citizens a certain amount of XRP. And we can all collect dividends on the export profits. Your thoughts? Sounds a little high-minded to me. I'm not. I don't know about that. Sounds like universal basic income, right? And we're still connected to the powers that be, right? XRP is a blockchain-based cryptocurrency, but it's not open source or and decentralized to the extent that other cryptocurrencies are. XRP is owned by one company, Ripple, and their business plan is to sell their services to banks. And the normal guys like you and me can buy a piece of that company by owning XRP. Uh, so, American citizens give all American citizens a certain amount of XRP, rather than the universal basic income that we're getting from the coronavirus program, right? The 1,200 per person that we should be getting anytime soon, right? We're all hoping, waiting for that so we can pay our rent and buy groceries, right? I don't know. I guess I'd rather have XRP than US dollars. Oh, okay. Imre is from the Philippines, but she's a South African citizen. That's an interesting tidbit there. I like that. I-96, 35 minutes east of Lansing. Cool. Yeah. It's probably about an hour and a half drive from where I'm at. I'm pretty close to the 96 from where I live. I'm not a normal guy because I have Bitcoin. I have a little bit. Thank you, Tom. So Bitcoin is a decentralized cryptocurrency. It is not owned by anyone. You can send and receive Bitcoin across the room or across the world with equal ease. As a currency, it has no weight, so it's portable. It is not backed by anything except math, right? It is, so a lot of people point out that Bitcoin isn't backed by anything, but neither is the US dollar, except the weight and might and trust of the US government. Whereas before, US dollars were backed by gold. The US dollar went off the gold standard in 1971, 1972, and sort of switched over to the petrodollar. They made an agreement with Saudi Arabia that they would not sell oil except in dollars. So in a sense, gold, the US dollar is backed by oil, but there are a lot of countries that are untethering themselves from the oil-based dollar. They're accepting euros for their oil, or they're accepting yuan for their oil. So the US dollar is not really backed by oil in the same sense that it was over the last 30, 40 years. But Bitcoin is not backed by any of those commodities except math, right? Bitcoin is based on cryptography. The Bitcoin ledger, which we call known as the blockchain, is an immutable cryptographic ledger that holds all of the Bitcoin transactions from the Genesis block on to the most current block. And that ledger is saved on a computer or device. It's called a node. And there are multiple nodes all over the world, and they cryptographically verify from each other the current state of the blockchain. So every node has a cryptographic methodology to sync itself with the rest of the current blockchain. So it has a built-in mechanism to maintain the immutable ledger. That is what Bitcoin is based on. It is also, in its code, is built in to a 21 million Bitcoin maximum. So Bitcoin is non-inflationary. We all know that the dollar is inflationary because $1 won't buy what it used to, right? The value of the US dollar goes down over time. And that's an absolute, right? There's no, it's always a rate, right? When we talk about inflation, it's always a rate. It's not whether there is or is not inflation, right? There's always an inflation rate. So the US dollar loses value over time. The dollar that your grandmother used to go to the grocery bought a lot more groceries than it does now. In fact, the $50 that I take to the grocery now buys a lot less than it did a few years back, right? The price of food keeps going up. The price of gas keeps going up. That's what's called inflation, right? Anyway, enough about that. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. GitHub. If we go to GitHub, which is a code repository service that holds code. Now, GitHub holds all kinds of code. GitHub holds the Linux code, right? So we can look at Linux, GitHub, and we can see the Linux kernel is also hosted on GitHub. GitHub is an open source decentralized project, so different software projects can hold their code base on GitHub. And that means anyone, you or I, can go to this GitHub site, download the Bitcoin code, take a look at how it works, check it for bugs, check it for backdoors. It's free for all to see and free for all to alter. But there is a group of people that maintain the Bitcoin Core code and agree to vet any updates to the code, right? So but that is a body of people that that vote. So the Bitcoin code is maintained on GitHub. Now this Bitcoin code runs on all of the Bitcoin nodes that are out there, and also if you download your own Bitcoin-based wallet, it also runs this code, right? So we can download the Electrum Bitcoin wallet, right? It's free for all. Bitcoin, the Electrum Bitcoin wallet is also an open source wallet. Now the Ledger device is a proprietary device by the company Ledger that is a Bitcoin-based wallet that can hold private keys. Now, there's other cryptocurrencies that you can hold on a ledger as well. But that is a proprietary company. But they base their code on the Bitcoin core, the Bitcoin address format, all of that stuff. So you can hold Bitcoin on the blockchain, and then you can download a wallet that will allow you to send and receive from that blockchain address and allow you to view your balance. All right, so that's kind of a basic overview of what Bitcoin is. So when I create a Bitcoin wallet, I reserve a spot on the blockchain for my Bitcoin, right? I've claimed an empty address on the blockchain. Now, when I do that, that creates an empty wallet, right? Now, as you can see, I've got a couple of accounts here. Here's one. I have a couple of empty Bitcoin wallets that have some transaction history, but that would be the raw, empty Bitcoin wallet, right? It's just a reserved spot on the blockchain. Now, having reserved that spot on the blockchain, I can generate addresses. All right, so this particular Bitcoin account here, if I want to generate an address, I can hit the receive button and hit continue. I'm going to verify on my device. And what's happening now is the device is generating a receiving address based on my reservation, right? My private key gives me access to a Bitcoin address, and then or a Bitcoin wallet address, and I can generate multiple receiving addresses in that one wallet, right? So I just generated a new receiving address. I can copy that into my clipboard, and I can send Bitcoin to this wallet address, right? Now I'll go ahead and confirm that, right? I'll approve that address. Now that I've got the address in my clipboard, why don't I go somewhere where I've got some Bitcoin stored and transfer it from that place, one place to another, right? I'm going to withdraw some Bitcoin from my my Binance US account. All right, so we're going to run over here to Binance US. Anyone can open a Binance US account. It's free. You will need to provide your ID. You have to verify your ID. So you'll have to jump through a few hoops. All right, and now I'm going to confirm that on my Google Authenticator, my two-factor authentication. Unfortunately, I can't share my phone with you guys today. I'm having technical difficulty. So we'll just withdraw from Binance US today. As you can see, there's $22 worth of BTC in my Binance US account. right? So I can go over here to wallet, and there it shows my BTC. Now, notice there's several virtual wallets in my Binance US account, right? These are placeholders for the different cryptocurrencies that I can purchase on Binance US. And I am currently holding 0.003 approximately Bitcoin in my Binance US wallet. But the Binance US wallet is custodial, right? They're holding the Bitcoin on my behalf, right? There's a distinction here. If Binance gets hacked, or Binance goes out of business, or gets seized by the government, I would lose my Bitcoin, right? It's not my Bitcoin until it's moved to my own wallet where I control the private key. That's the whole thing about Bitcoin. We always think about the money that we keep in our bank as our money. That's not really true. The money that we keep in the bank is just zeros and ones in the bank's ledger, and they've promised to pay it to me if I ask for it. But the bank could go under. The bank could the bank could declare a bank holiday where I'm not allowed to withdraw my money. The bank could issue ATM controls and tell me I'm only allowed to withdraw $100 a week or $200 a week. The bank can take my money and invest it in derivatives or U.S. treasuries or whatever the heck they want to do with it. It's not my money anymore. It's their money. The only thing I get in return is that they're going to promise to pay me back that money in my account if I ask for it, right? But that may or may not occur, right? I may run to the bank to get my money, and there's a line at the ATM around the block because there's a panic, right? You never know what's going to happen to your money in a bank. In the same sense, you never really know what's going to happen to your money in a cryptocurrency exchange. You might not be able to get on the internet, right? They may go down. The site itself might go down. So I would rather keep that Bitcoin in my own Bitcoin wallet. So why don't we do that, right? Okay. I found out how to fix the problem with the Ledger Live Update 2.0.1 some people are having. There's a link to download. You can find it in Ledger support on Twitter in the top ports. I hadn't heard from Ledger, had to find it myself. Hey, Scott, good to have you here. Running late today. Unless you live in Hawaii, right? Ledger Live for Windows has been displaying an incorrect too low amount for some time. The amount of the individual accounts are correct. Do you have this problem too? Thank you. Occasionally you'll get that US dollar value as incorrect or not the same as you might notice somewhere else. So for example, we could go over here, and they're saying that one Bitcoin is worth 73.3250, right? We could roll over here to Coinbase, or I'm sorry, coinmarketcap.com, and they're telling me that Bitcoin is worth 73.36, right? So it's not a a real match, right? Now, Macna you may have been noticing a consistent mismatch of value. I'm not sure if that's a bug in their syncing software, their servers. It may be environmental. It may only be where you're at that you're not syncing properly to their exchanges that are giving you a perfect value, US dollar value of your holdings. But if you're getting an accurate account of the amount of Bitcoin that is in the wallet, then you really have nothing to worry about, right? If you're, your intent on making sure that this value matches and that this dollar amount matches, then you might try, there's a few things you can do. If you go over to this gear icon over here and you look in help here, the first thing you can do is clear cache. Now this is non-invasive. It just does kind of an internal reset of your preferences in Ledger Live. It doesn't erase your account balance. It doesn't do anything major, right? But sometimes it helps, right? So you could try that. Clear cache, that's the least invasive troubleshooting step you can take. Now, if you go down a little more, there are some more severe things that you can try. Reset, you'll notice it's a red button, right? The red button should tell you that it's kind of an extreme method of troubleshooting. What reset will do, what will reset your entire Ledger Live preferences, right? It wipes out all of your accounts, right? So you would go back over here to accounts and there'd be 0 accounts. Now, it does not erase any of the private keys on your device. You could simply just hit add account and re-add all of the accounts one by one because they're still in here, right? But that might clear up some of your syncing issues, right? But that's pretty extreme. My thinking is if you're seeing the right amount of Bitcoin in your account, then I would probably not worry about that too much. It might fix itself over time. But as long as you're seeing the correct amount of cryptocurrencies in your accounts, I wouldn't worry too much about minor discrepancies on the dollar value that you're seeing. Of course, in a perfect world, it would be great if the dollar amount was right on what you're checking on exchanges, but it doesn't always sync properly to every exchange. I've noticed they tend to be slightly lower than the exchanges. But as long as I see that my Bitcoin amount is correct, I'm happy, personally. But let's go ahead and move that Bitcoin, right? We generated the receiving address. It's still in my clipboard, even though I've been blabbering on and on. Let's hit withdrawal. Let's paste in that Bitcoin address. There it is. Now I want to autofill the max, so I'm just going to click the available balance and autofill. So that's the address of my wallet, right? It's gone now, but that's the address that we generated in my own Bitcoin wallet, right? So let's hit submit here. I'll need to enter my two-factor authentication. Can do that. 123925 from my Google Authenticator app. I'll hit submit, or I think I just did hit submit, right? Now I just need to wait for their little confirmation window to pop up. There it is, right? So they're gonna send me an email, which I'll need to click the link in to confirm. All right, there it is, my withdrawal request. I'm going to confirm that withdrawal request. And I'm done. Right. I can go to withdrawal history. I can check withdrawal and crypto, and I can see that BTC withdrawal processing, right? Just so I feel better knowing that it's on its way. All right. So you want to be able to confirm on both ends what's happening, right? For your own sanity, right? It's just a good way. Now it might give you a message saying something like the address is invalid, or you haven't verified your email yet, or whatever. There's all kinds of little things that can go wrong on the exchange end, and so you want to confirm on the exchange end that you've successfully sent the Bitcoin or crypto, whatever cryptocurrency you're withdrawing. So you always want to verify on that end. So I'm reasonably certain that that Bitcoin is now being withdrawn, and I can even double check this address, right? In fact, I think if I hit receive again here and tell them I don't have my device, it'll give me that same address, right? SVEAZ5. Yeah, see? So I can confirm that it is sending me to that address. If I just tell Ledger Live that I don't have my device, it will give me the last known address. So there we go. There's that last known generated receiving address. And I can confirm that over on this side that they are the same, right? So in a few minutes, I'll receive the Bitcoin from my Binance US account, right? We'll just keep an eye on that. Okay. Some people asking about Brave. Wait, but you may have a video already on this, but I'm still unable to move my Brave rewards off my iPhone to my Uphold account. Any suggestions? All right. I can't share my phone with you guys. I wish I could. I'm going to try one more time, but it's just not cooperating with me. I don't know what happened. It just does this. I even rebooted the computer before I started the live stream to try and correct this issue, but I can't. All right. But I can, I can show you my phone. Let's do that. I can just show it to you. Don't know. All right, so let me go into my Brave browser on my phone. Oop. Ah, come on. Oh, it wants my face. Okay. All right, so here we are on my Brave browser on my phone, and I can click that little triangle to take me to Brave Rewards on my phone. All right. Ugh. All right, let's try this. I'm going to do this just because it's frustrating. I'll have to adjust this back later, but hey, what the heck. All right, now you can see more of my phone. All right, so there's, I don't want that. I want, okay, that's what I want, right? That's the amount of BAT that's on my phone-based Brave browser. Now, you'll notice when you tap settings, right, that there's no withdrawal, right? There's no way to withdraw the BAT. But I have noticed that since I've linked my, first of all, I've synced this to my desktop version of Brave, right? Oh, let me claim that BAT, right? There's some BAT there I should claim. I just tap it. There we go. I got some BAT. That's my monthly reward, right? I don't know where it went. Let's hit done. Oops, come on. All right. So now you see it says I have 31 BAT, like $5 worth of BAT. Now, over time, that amount gets transferred into my Uphold wallet, right? On occasion. But there's no way to manually withdraw it, right? It gets connected to my Uphold account by virtue of my desktop version being connected, right? Because now I don't know if you've managed to figure out how to sync your phone-based Brave to your desktop-based Brave, but I have a video on how to do that. It's a little difficult to show you this way because mine is already synced, right? So there's no way for me to show you that button, right? But there is a sync feature that allows you to sync to your desktop version of Brave. So if we look at my Brave rewards on my desktop, right? I have the withdraw funds, but basically when I click that, it takes me to Uphold, right? I've connected my Uphold account. Now, this 441 let's go to all the cards. There we go. I believe one of these is from my phone. Let's see if I can look at the activity here. Oh, that's different. Okay, Brave Payments is different. Pardon me. And I don't know that it's this one either. So and this is just a guess, I get the feeling that this one, the Brave browser BAT, is sending me BAT from my phone-based Brave. Like right here, the 4.6 BAT, the 3.3 BAT, and the 2570 I think is my desktop based. So if you have linked your Brave browser to your Uphold account and you have synced your phone-based Brave to your desktop-based Brave, I believe that it will automatically be funneled into this particular card in Uphold, the Brave browser card, which gathers your ad revenue, right? The BAT that you earn for watching ads. That's the nearest I can figure, because there's no manual way to connect the phone-based Brave to your Uphold account. I think it does it indirectly through the syncing function. I hope we're not too far off the Bitcoin, right? Oh my gosh, where are we here? What have I done? Okay, so I'm here. Got a little off track there. Okay, so let's take a look here. Binance is still processing on their end. Let's see, did it come in here yet? No. That was earlier. It should show up. There it is. Okay. So the $20, $22 worth of Bitcoin that I withdrew from my Binance US account has arrived. Now notice here, it says that it was only $18.81 worth of Bitcoin, right? So their current value of that transaction is different than what Binance said. Remember, Binance said it was $22 worth of Bitcoin. But let's look at it. They did take some money out for the withdrawal, but it's 0.002557. Let's go to CoinGecko. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. So what was it again? 0.002557. 0.002557. All right. Well, CoinGecko says that that's $18.74. That's pretty close. I think what happened was I got a withdrawal fee, right? Did they tell me what the withdrawal fee was? Let's see. No, they didn't. I saw it briefly before we made the transaction, but I don't know that. Yeah, you can't really see it. It's gone, right? Even in my history, I can't see what that fee was that they charged me. That may have been why. No, it would be here, right? In withdrawals, crypto. Yeah, they don't have a history of the fees that got charged when I withdrew. So I think I lost a little bit when I withdrew it. Kind of steep when you think about it. But I got it. I got it here. All right. There's 0.0057. 1882. CoinGecko says it's 1874. Right? So there's always going to be some discrepancy in the dollar values of your transaction. But the amount is exact, right? The amount of Bitcoin stays constant. 0.002557. That's all I'm really worried about. How much Bitcoin did I get? Okay. Goodbye, Scott. He's going to eat some oatmeal. That's pretty cool. can I send Braves back to my ledger? Yes, you can. So if we go, once it's in Uphold, I can change. I can send this BAT to my ledger. So let's do that. We go over here to this card. We're going to send, so this is the Brave browser amount. That's $6.93. Let's hit to cryptocurrency or utility, right? I want to send it to BAT, right? I don't want to change from BAT to anything else. And where do I want to send it? To my ledger, right? So let's go over to accounts. Let's go to my Ethereum and let's hit BAT. Actually, let's send it to this other account. Ethereum main, right? There's 0 BAT in here at the moment. Let's hit 0 BAT, hit receive. We'll hit continue. And I'm going to need to go into my ledger and change over to the BAT or the Ethereum app. Let me do this. Change this back to. All right. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to exit the Bitcoin app, right? And now I'm going to go over to the Ethereum app. I need to be in the Ethereum app. I'll hit both buttons. You see the screen, my computer screen is telling me I need to enter the Ethereum app to manage BAT. Right? All right, so there it is. There's the BAT address. I'm going to copy it into my clipboard on my computer. Right? And then I'll go ahead and verify out on the device. Make sure that those match. Right, I'll hit approve there. That's the verification of the receiving address. Let's move this guy up a little. Turn him off. Let's hit done. Now that I have that address in my clipboard, I can move over here and paste in the address. That's the address I would like my Brave earnings to be withdrawn from Uphold to my own ledger. Uphold is a great service, but it's custodial, right? They're holding it on my behalf. I don't control the private key of that BAT token. I want to move it to my own wallet, to a wallet where I control the private keys. So what is the amount? I'd like to send it all, so I'm just going to click that. I'll send all 41 BAT to my Ledger wallet. I'm going to confirm that. I need to enter my two-factor authentication, which I have in my Google Authenticator. So I'll scroll down to my Uphold wallet here. All right, there's my two-factor authentication. I'm going to, whoops, I mistyped that. Okay, 723-107, firm. There we go. All right, so there you can see at the top it says value sent successfully. So in order to move the BAT that you earn in Brave to your own wallet, the first thing you'll have to do is set up an Uphold account, because you cannot withdraw directly from Brave, right? If you'll notice, when I go over to Brave and I click withdraw, it simply connects to Uphold, right? And there's no way to say, okay, move from Brave to Uphold. They get linked up together when you go through all that. And I've got a video on how that works that you could check out. Let's go over here. Let's go Brave. All right. Here we go. How to withdraw Brave rewards from the Brave browser. Pretty sure I go through all that. Let's get into this. Hey guys, CryptoDad. All right, now I'll just right? Yeah, I basically I show you how to connect your Uphold account to your Brave browser so that you can successfully link the two. All right, so I'll just paste that. That's a more detailed description of how you connect these two. But then once it's in Uphold, you can withdraw it, right? And let's take a look over here. And there it is, right? It came in pretty quick. So the BAT has arrived. My 4131 BAT has arrived in my Ledger wallet. And so now I own it, right? It's my BAT. It's in my wallet. And I can store it long term in this wallet. Now, if I want to sell this BAT, it's pretty simple for me to send it to an exchange where I can sell it, right? If I want to cash out on Coinbase or Binance, I can send it over to the exchange, liquidate, and withdraw to my bank account if I want to. But I prefer to kind of hold BAT long term, right? It's a good investment. But if it goes up and you're ready to sell, just move it back to an exchange. I sent BAT to my ETH wallet because BAT is an Ethernet-based wallet. You'll notice here that it's within the Ethereum wallet, right? I have an Ethereum wallet here that has several ERC20 tokens in it. There's BAT, there's Chainlink, Polymath, and there's that pesky old Kick token, that spam token that's worthless. But yeah, you can see I've got some holdings in this wallet, but they are within an Ethereum wallet. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency that it's like a virtual computer. It has its own blockchain, and it also has smart contracts. And among those smart contracts are tokens, right? You can issue tokens on the Ethereum network. They're known as ERC20 tokens. And BAT is an ERC20 token. So it fits, it goes into an Ethereum wallet. Also, you might notice too, if I click Receive Ethereum and generate an address, that is the Ethereum address of this wallet. Notice it ends in 6D4. If I decide I want to receive BAT, same address, right? Right? And let's say I want to move some Polymath in. I'll hit receive, same address, right? So all of the ERC20 tokens share the same Ethereum address of the wallet, right? Now you'll also notice, if hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, that I have multiple Ethereum wallets too. And each of these Ethereum wallets has their own little subset of ERC20 tokens. This is basically an empty one, mostly just empty. That I've moved a lot of these out. And then you'll notice this other one, Ethereum PP, has got some other tokens in there, right? So I can maintain multiple Ethereum wallets, and within each Ethereum wallet, I can deposit multiple ERC20 tokens. A lot of ERC20 tokens out there. Of course, we're off the subject of Bitcoin a bit, but yes, the Ledger Live did not used to support ERC20 tokens. It does now, right? So let's say you could just send it into the Ethereum address. So if I had another ERC20 token, I could just send it to this Ethereum address, and it would show up as a separate token. The Ethereum wallet knows when an ERC20 token comes in, it will tell you that you've got a new ERC20 token. You can manage them in Ledger Live now. You didn't used to be able to do that. You used to have to do that in MyEtherWallet. MyEtherWallet is just another way of viewing the exact same balance, right? So if I go into Access My Wallet, and I choose Hardware, Ledger, Continue, and Ledger Live, Oh, Lord in heaven. All right, so there's that small amount of Ethereum. And I'll hit the check mark and hit access my wallet. And is it going to show it to me? Probably not. It's not going to cooperate with me today for whatever reason. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it's not cooperating. I'll try again. Yeah, I'm really not sure what that's all about. No, it's not going to work for me. Like I said, I'm having all kinds of weird issues since I updated to Windows, the latest version of Windows, and I'm having some technical difficulties. I want to do a full reinstall of Windows, but that's quite a chore on my machine. I have a lot of devices and a lot of software. It takes me, a couple of days to get all that done. So it's one of those weekend projects. So I apologize. I can't show you my Ether wallet right now. It's not behaving well. But yes, you can manage Ethereum wallets in MEW too. What can you do when someone sends you dust coins? There's really nothing. It doesn't hurt when people dust you, right? The way that a dusting attack works is they send dust to wallets, and then based on that information, they can target you with secondary attacks, like phishing attacks, right? So just receiving some dust in your wallet is not going to hurt you, right? And there's no way they can steal anything from your wallet unless they further the attack by trying to trick you into sending them dusting attacks are just identifying who you are and who the wallet holders are. They cannot steal your crypto by dusting you, right? A dusting attack has to move to the next level of targeting you through phishing attacks, right? So a lot of people are worried about dusting attacks. They see that they've been dusted and they freak out. Well, dusting attacks do not it is impossible for someone to withdraw crypto from your wallet just because they've dusted you, right? They send you some dust, right? And then because of they can analyze blockchain transactions and maybe figure out which wallets belong to which dust, right? And then based on that, then okay, here we are. The goal is to eventually be able to link the dusted addresses and wallets to their respective companies or individuals, right? Once they do that, if successful, the attackers may, M-A-Y, may, not will, not must, not, may use this knowledge against their targets, either through elaborated phishing attacks or crypto extortion threats, right? So in order for them to actually steal your crypto, they have to take it to the next level, right? So just getting your wallet dusted does not mean your crypto is going to disappear, right? There's much more to it than just receiving some dust. So if you have received some dust, don't freak out, right? I've received dust, but I still have my wallets, right? So there's really nothing to do. Now, having said that, there are some wallets that can feature a certain to not spend that particular amount of dust, right? But that's at a very technical level. So let's look at my XRP. if you'll notice, where was that? Right there. On February 19th, I got dusted with a very small amount of XRP. Very small. Now, if I were to send XRP back out from this wallet, that small amount of dust would get sort of mixed in with my balance, and then part of that transaction would include that dusted amount, which a blockchain analysis could use to target me as to who I am and where my wallet is, or what company I work for, or whatever. But that will not occur until I actually send something out of this wallet. So as long as I don't send anything out, they can't identify me. And even if they can identify me, that's only a small piece of the puzzle for them, right? But even if that does help them identify me, they still have to phish me, right? And I'm not stupid enough to get phished. But I could get extorted, right? They could say, "Hey, I know you have 5 million XRP in this wallet. We figured it out, right? We figured out that it was your wallet. We figured out who you are. And now we're going to try to extort you." That's a danger down the road. But just a normal guy like you or me that's got $200 worth of XRP is probably not going to get targeted from a dusting attack. But there are certain wallets that will allow you to not send that small dusting amount. Ledger does not support that. But there are wallets that you could isolate that dust and not let it mix in with the rest of your total. That's beyond my expertise. But I've heard that there are ways to do that. But like I said, number one, if you get dusted and you don't move the crypto, then there's no way they can identify you, right? They only can gain that knowledge as you move it around from place to place, right? So a wallet that has not moved anything out is kind of a black hole for them. So if it's just a hodling wallet, then you got nothing to worry about. Maybe down the road, down the future, when you withdraw it and liquidate it, then it's too late anyway, right? But if for whatever reason you do decide to withdraw a little bit from this wallet, that dusting amount will get, mixed in, and it will reduce your privacy a little bit. They might be able to figure out whose wallet it is. But even then, they have to successfully move to the secondary attack, which is phishing or cyber extortion, right? But kind of not a big threat to just get dusted. It's just the beginning. But maybe there will be wallets that you can use to prevent that dust from getting mixed in with your balance. I don't know anybody named Ben, but I do know someone named Al. His last name is Koholic. So if there's an Al Koholic out there, I'd like to say hello. That's funny, Blast Pros X. You superhero, you. All right. Let me just check to see if I missed any earlier questions. We talked about Bitcoin. We moved some Bitcoin. We talked about BAT. We talked about Ethereum. We talked about Brave browser and withdrawing BAT and storing it in your own wallet. I'm kind of tapped out. It's been an hour now, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you learned a little bit. And I hope I was able to successfully answer your questions. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for joining me. Don't forget, I also have a live stream on Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we spend a little more time talking. We talk about Bitcoin and the markets and cryptocurrency news in general. I take questions. I move crypto around. And then I also have standalone videos that are posted on my YouTube channel that you might want to check out for detailed step-by-step walkthroughs. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.